Today, we're talking all things Dogecoin, and does it still have potential? Should it be something you keep in your don't fuck this up thesis/portfolio? So stay tuned. Feeling that meme coin FOMO kick in, like you missed out on Doge and SHIB and watching Trump soar to number 2? Don't miss your next shot at flipping the script. Flapjacks is more than a meme. It's deflationary, sticky, and community built with utility. Don't wait for FOMO to set in. Stack your gains now at flapjacks.xyz. Hey guys, welcome back. Drip Coach here with Drip and Farm for Property, where we don't trust, we verify, and operate with integrity and transparency. So in a recent tweet by Raoul Pal, he's talking about the pattern, bull flag pattern that Doge has shown, as you can see here in this image, for the last 11 years. So basically every cycle it does this kind of wedge pattern, compresses and then goes higher, compresses, goes higher. And here we are now. We haven't broken out, and the all-time high previously was 71 cents way back in 2021. That's the all-time high. Wait, 71.56. What is it saying? This is saying all-time high was 73 cents in 2021. But on this chart, it's showing 56. So I'm not actually sure what that is. Let's check CoinGecko. Yep, I guess it is indeed 73 cents back in 2021. So with that in mind, and again, based off of kind of what Raoul Pal is saying, and the fact that we all know there's inside of us is a little degen to some degree. So having a small bag on some sort of meme coin or in some sort of gamble play within crypto makes sense. And to me, what better place to park some gambling capital than the strongest, most resilient, original OG meme coin that exists, Doge. And if you're not familiar, remember Doge is a fork of Bitcoin. So it is also a proof of work blockchain. And some of the differences is that Doge has a inflationary supply, so no hard cap. Bitcoin's capped at 21 million, whereas Doge is currently sitting at just under 150 billion, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, 149 billion. And every year, about 5 billion is added to the supply. So it has a built-in inflationary mechanic. I think approximately 2% built-in inflation. And one of the other benefits, well, that's not a benefit, having inflation, but one of the benefits is that it is a faster settling / transaction chain. And again, it's still proof of work. So, and it's a meme token. So it's something that I could see being around for quite some time, and it being a way for global transactions to be done. So like you have in every country you travel to, they have their own currency, but imagine having, and every country has some sort of inflation, all of them trying to get to the lowest amount of inflation, but they're all doing some sort of currency debasement. So you could think of Doge being kind of like this global currency. If Bitcoin is a global store of value, Doge very well could be a global currency that's not tied to a fiat currency. So stable coins can definitely serve that global market for trade, but they're tied to an inflationary currency, fiat, the US dollar, that is spiraling out of control with debt. So it's not exactly a great place to park your capital. Whereas Doge could be, like, I could definitely see, you know, some vendors and locations and stuff once it's more mainstream transacting in Doge. The I don't know how many users are on Doge right now, but due to its small cap and smaller price tag, it makes it easy for countries and vendors and people like that to kind of understand it. So sitting at a quarter, that is easy to, you know, say, okay, it's this much Doge to buy whatever it is, versus 0.00001 Bitcoin, and Bitcoin changing so dramatically. You got to think over the last, where are we at, since 2021. So we've gone from 2021 all the way up to almost 75 cents. So that's a, what is that, 15x? And then back down to just a 5x from the bottom. So that's not nearly as volatile as Bitcoin within the last 5 years. So I do have some. I dollar cost average just $100 a month, so just $3 a day I'm buying Doge. So it's a very small portion of my portfolio. But even doing that over the past 6 months or so, I think my average buy-in price is just under this. It's like 21 cents. So I'm actually up. So I guess my main TLDR is I want to know what you guys think. I still have some SHIB as well, but SHIB to me has a higher barrier to entry. It's sitting over on Ethereum, and Ethereum has shit the bed so far. Doge is its own blockchain. Like, as far as I'm aware, it's the only meme coin that has its own blockchain, its own proof of work miners. And again, it is the oldest meme coin out there. So there's definitely a lot of narratives that support it to be able to kind of move forward. But we'll have to see what it does. I have a feeling, kind of like what Raoul Pal said here, I still think the most amusing outcome possible will be for Doge to be the hardest currency on earth. This is Doge BTC chart. To me, it looks like a potential big flag pattern and new highs await. So I feel like it will break out here and go higher and do what it's done every other 4-year cycle. Breaks higher, then chops and consolidates. So the low for this cycle, I think, is around where we're sitting at now, 20 cents, 17, 15, somewhere in that range. Let me see if I can pull up the other chart. Well, apparently TradingView doesn't go out past 2021, but you can see this range down here, this 6 to 10 cent range. This is here in 2022, 2023. And now we're up in this new range above 15 to 23 cents. So we peaked back here April of last year in 2024. So it's not to say that it can't go lower, but I think each cycle it kind of goes a little higher and chops sideways. So 10 to 20 now, or 0 to 10, 10 to 20, and now 20 to 30 possibly. So me personally, yeah, I'm just going to keep stacking Doge. I think it's a great meme to have in your portfolio. I want to know what you guys think. This article is saying that it's going to 60 cents maybe in the next couple of weeks. So it's still a far cry off from its all-time high, which is another reason why I think it's great to accumulate at these levels, because it just is an easy barrier to entry for people getting into crypto. Remember, once Bitcoin pumps higher than its previous all-time highs, it starts hitting more mainstream media and narratives, and people start piling in. And again, retail is what kind of drives some of these meme tokens. And now this cycle, I believe institutions and large governments and states are what's going to drive Bitcoin adoption. So I think we've kind of separated the two, me personally, but the cycle as a whole will continue to go higher for longer. But seeing that money pour into these type of assets, it'll take the altcoin dominance to flip. Right now, we're still sitting, I'll pull that up real quick. Yeah, we've moved up a little bit. We were sitting at like 15, 20, I think last week. So we're waiting for this to break above like 69, 70 range to get into altcoin season. And if it does, then yeah, we could definitely see Doge start to take off. So I believe it does serve a purpose in that DFTU portfolio personally, and that's why I have it in mind. And even again, another one that Raoul mentioned, which I have not covered much, is smoking chicken fish. He still believes in that, according to his post. This one here: the chicken rises from the ashes. I still believe in the one true cod. Never sold, bought more again. Might go to zero, but maybe, just maybe, the chicken can fly. Some memes can persist forever. Most importantly, have fun with your small DGen bags. So I think I bought in, in the hype probably here when Raoul was pumping this. And that means it might be up now. I haven't looked, but I bought in just one-time allocation, I think like $200. So who knows what this is going to do? But again, this is all coming from Raoul Pal's thesis. So Doge and smoking chicken fish are his two memes. One being more tried and battle tested than the other, and this one being more of a gamble. So They both can have a place in your portfolio for sure, but it all depends on your allocation and risk tolerance. All right, that's all I got for this video. Smash that HBO special, help brother out, like, subscribe, comment down below, and until next time, lift daily and achieve your impossible. See ya.